to another episode of the Digital Foyer. My name is Father Simon Lobo. I'm the pastor here at St. Benedict. It is my joy to welcome you and to introduce my special guest,
Noreen Smith. I am the Operations and Outreach and Operations Pastoral Director here at St. Benedict.
It's a mouthful.
It is
Noreen
a mouthful.
Is basically one of the key people who helps me stay sane and does so much. She's an amazing leader, and I love working with her. Listen, Noreen, we have something that is coming up very soon, within 24 hours, an event that I don't know if we've ever branded it this way before. We're calling it Adore.
We have actually, maybe about 3 years ago or so, like it was kind of in the COVID or coming out of the COVID time, we actually did have something called Adore with an exclamation point.
Okay. So
all we did was drop the an exclamation point because it really wasn't necessary. The word adore in and of itself carried the meaning of what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this word, in the imperative, it's a command,
Yes.
adore.
That's actually an interesting sidebar, all right? In our Slack channel at work, you have to put one word that describes yourself, and I put down the word help. And then I thought, I really should try to explain that I mean that in the indicative and not the imperative.
Okay, and if you know what that means, then you're smarter than me. Okay, let's
adore in
that's
the
it.
imperative means that we are calling ourselves, we are calling each other to come and adore Jesus. And in particular, as to what adore is, it's adoring Jesus in adoration with praise and worship music.
Okay.
And spending time in silence. I mean, that is the sort of the nut of what it is.
So those maybe three things you just said, there's Eucharistic adoration.
Yes.
There's praise and worship music. So there's contemporary style of worship, and then there's silence.
Right. Exactly. We've done Gregorian prayer nights before with this on a regular basis, and I'm usually part of those, where we have adoration with Jesus and with very traditional music. It's also not very participatory as far as everyone out loud for GPN. A big difference in adore is that we're all being invited to come and adore, whether it's to express our worship to Jesus as we sing together, or to express our worship to him as we sit in a guided time of silence, where we try to spend time with Jesus before Jesus to realize what it is we're bringing to him in this time. And then we're going to spend some more time in worship with Jesus. And then we're going to have complete silence where we just spend time to receive from him. And then we'll have a benediction, which if you haven't been part of like a benediction before, it can only happen when we've got clergy, we've got a priest or a deacon.
Yep.
And Jesus in the monstrance is lifted high, and then we are blessed with him by the priest.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. The monstrance, again, these are words maybe most people would know, but if you don't, a monstrance, it's this gold container that holds the host, this what looks like bread that has been consecrated during Mass to become the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. And so so we're spending time with Jesus in that beautiful way.
And so that's kind of what we think. It's tomorrow night from 7 o'clock to 8:30. And so we kind of expect in the room there's going to be some people who are coming who what's really new for them is the idea of adoration. It's the idea of the monstrance. It's the idea of Jesus in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament and worshiping. For other people, but that's really going to be new for them, is to be in the presence of Jesus and to be singing out loud, because they're used to a silence. Yeah, so there's going to be people in the room where this is a bit of a stretch either way. And part of that stretch is what we're after. We're looking to go deeper in our relationship with Jesus. And part of this came about really from the desire and drive of the people who lead us in worship every Sunday at Mass. Our band.
So these folks watching, they can't see this, but on the other side of this camera is Dan Pereira, who moonlights as well as...
maybe his hand just showed up in there for a little brief moment.
Our music coordinator, and he's also doing wonderful stuff with video production. But they had this desire, they had this longing to keep moving deeper, and they just want to adore Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament in worship, and they're like, hey, if people want to tag along and join us in that, they're most welcome. So sounds pretty cool, pretty exciting. This kind of combination that you're describing, Noreen, it's something that I've witnessed for, I don't know, 30 years or so, Steubenville, the University of Steubenville, Ohio, we have this conference that's named after that, has this beautiful dynamic between Eucharistic adoration, contemporary praise and worship, moments of silence. And for myself personally, one thing that I've found is when you move from that really high praise, really trying to give glory to God, into this silence. The silence is so deep, and it can be so powerful. Oftentimes really struggle to hear what God is saying to me in prayer.
Yeah.
But in those moments of silence, it's powerful. It's palpable.
Yeah.
And so, any final words of why somebody should come out to Adore tomorrow night?
You know what? One of them, I think, guy behind the camera who you can't see just said a moment ago, which is at Adore, it's not about who's up there. It's not about the band. It's not about the person with the mic who's explaining something. It's about who's up there on the altar. And that's why you should come, because Jesus really wants to meet with you.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Friday, February the 22nd, 7 to 8:30 p.m. here at St. Benedict Church. You're most welcome to come. Bring a friend. You might give them a bit of a heads up of what to expect. We'd love to see you so you can join us as we adore Jesus. God bless you.